Joining me now to talk further about this, he's a former federal inmate himself. He's the director and founder of Wall Street Prison Consultants, helps people try and survive prison. Larry Levine joins us again. All right, Whitey Bulger, this brutal murder we're hearing about, shock you at all?
Not at all. I mean, the guy had a target on him from the day he entered the system. There's nothing lower in prison than a rat. Well, maybe a child molester, but a child molester and a rat, they're way up there. Remember, everybody in custody got ratted out, told on by somebody. So the informants generally are shunned by the inmate population. They can only hang out with other rats.
Take us behind the scenes, behind bars. How does word get around that, hey, the so-called snitch is now among us, and what are we going to do about it?
Well, there's a gossip mill. It's like the prison, the inmates, they're worse than a bunch of old women gossiping. By the time word hits one housing unit cell block, 2-3 hours later, everybody knows about it. Now, Whitey, 89 years old. It's a question, why was he transferred from Florida to West Virginia to begin with? He should have been going to a medical facility. But that aside, he had a contract on him. Remember that he ratted out people in his own gang. He ratted out, I believe, members of the Italian Patriarca family out of Boston. So he had an active hit on him. So it was just a matter of time that someone was going to reach out and get him. And the alleged mafia hitman, Freddie, that took him out, Freddie's serving a life sentence. When somebody's serving a life sentence in custody, you don't have an out date. So what are they going to do with this guy now if they convict him of a new murder? Give him more time? He's never getting out anyway. But the thing is that they took him out in a brutal fashion. When they cut out your tongue, they gouge out your eyes. They're sending a signal that you're not going to be able to tell on anyone else. You're not going to be able to see anything else. I mean, this guy died the way he lived. Wasn't it like 19 people that he killed, allegedly?
11 he was convicted of, 19 implicated for, yeah, well, to your point. There you go. You mentioned him, the Fotios Freddie Gias, quote-unquote, hated rats. Now, is he some kind of hero behind bars? If he's got some, well, he's a hero to the inmate population, and he's got notoriety now. Maybe he had some before being a mafia hitman. But anybody that takes out a high-profile person, it's kind of like the guy that beat up Jared, the subway guy, the child molester. He got notoriety for a while. Nobody likes a rat. Nobody likes an informant. But what they've done is they've taken the inmates. They've taken Freddie, maybe the other two people that helped him out. They're sitting in isolation now. They're in the special housing unit. And they've separated them. And the federal prison system has something called SIS, Special Investigative Section. The investigators are called SIA, Special Investigative Agents. They've separated the inmates now, and they're going to leave them probably in the SHU for 90 days, 180 days. But these guys will never see daylight again in Hazleton because they're going to transfer them somewhere else in the country. They're going to split them up. And Whitey, I mean, they have a term for an inmate that gets killed in prison, escape by death. And essentially that's what he did. He escaped by being killed. But that's really a brutal way to go. Yeah. You can take, if you really want to get to somebody and you want to take them out, you could take a toothbrush. You could file down the end of it. There's your shank. Maybe that's what they used on his eyes. Take a bar, take several bars of soap, put it in a sock, boom, smash him in his head, crack his head open like a watermelon. Same thing with the padlocks. All the inmates have padlocks because you have to be able to secure your personal locker. I mean, if it wasn't this, it would have been another way. In the morning, they pop all the cell doors. So let's say 6 o'clock, 6:15, depending on the institution. They already knew that Whitey was there. And there's staff shortages. Everyone knows that in the system, that Trump wants to let like 6,000 correctional officers go or something. So it's an unsafe environment for inmates and for the staff. So the inmates in that housing unit, they knew that somebody wouldn't be around for a while. So it was just a matter, they popped the locks, the inmates went in, they took care of business, and they whacked the guy. There you have it. All right. Hey, Larry, thanks again. Larry Levine joining us, director and founder of Wall Street Prison Consultants. Incredible perspective on the brutal death of James Whitey Bulger.